Hey guys, it's Sean, your health coach. Welcome. Today I want to talk about how we can use our hands to help calm our raging mind. Okay? Real simple stuff I'm going to talk about. But if you experience any kind of depression or anxiety or any kind of high emotional state on a regular basis, you know how crazy that can make your mind, and how much you need to kind of tune back in and ground yourself in the present moment. And so I'm going to talk with you just a couple simple ways that we can do it just with our hands. Why? Because, at least if we're lucky, they're always with us. They're always with us. So these are the most powerful tools in the universe, and why not get the benefit out of them, especially if we're emotionally driven or emotionally stressed. Okay, when we're talking about stress, we have that sympathetic part of the nervous system which amps our body up. This is an increase in stress. And then we have that parasympathetic side of the nervous system which calms the body down. And this is the side of the nervous system that we really want to focus on to help get ourselves out of our head, out of that negative loop, and back into the present moment where you are safe, where you are calm, where you do experience freedom and peace. That's what we're trying to do here, because anyone that knows that you've had those big emotions before, it's been shown that an emotional state lasts for about 2 minutes in the mind. Why then do we continue to repeat that thing for an hour, 2 hours, 3 days? Why do we continue to repeat that emotional state? Because that's kind of the way the human brain is wired. We're wired to replay and replay and replay, and that may just not be the best thing. So when we are experiencing those big emotional responses, the reptilian part of our brain, the part of our brain that's way back here, that's utilizing for survival and instincts, that's the part of the brain that's firing, because we want to keep the body safe. So we're in this heightened state, this stress state. And in that state, we cannot use the forefront of our brain, the part of our brain that utilizes logic and language and thinking. That part of the brain is shut off when we're super stressed. And so what we're talking about today is using our hands to help calm the survival instincts of our brain, that sympathetic nervous system, to help calm that, utilizing the parasympathetic nervous system, so that we can actually start thinking again and doing things that are rational and reasonable, and in essence just helping us calm down and get back into the present moment where you're perfect. That's what we want to do. And like I say, I'm just going to show you a couple quick tips that we can do with our hands. So real simple stuff here, nothing crazy, but we have a ton of pressure points on our hands. Additionally, when we're using touch, the sense of touch, it takes our thoughts from that survival instinct to more of the present moment. If I'm feeling things, that means I'm here, not in my mind, or not on a past event, or not on some probable, possible future event. I'm right here in the present moment. So just the sensation of touch alone is massively powerful when we're trying to calm our emotional state. And so here's a couple really quick, simple things that we can do with our hands to calm the body down, to get back into the present moment and into the life that you deserve. So to start, putting your non-dominant hand on your dominant hand, and you can switch, it doesn't really matter. Putting one hand on top of the other, let's keep it simple, and just create some smooth, soothing circles. You're just experiencing the sensation of touch. And another reason why I want to utilize hands as our tools is because fidgeting with your hands is pretty common. And so other tools like tapping, for instance, which is a really great tool, but you kind of look a little crazy when you do this out in public. And there's ways you can do it to make it a little bit more discreet, but touching your hands is pretty darn common, and so we can get away with soothing our mind, calming our mind and our body with our hands a lot easier when we're around a lot of people or out in society in general. So using the hands is so powerful. So this is just one. Calming the hands, a nice gentle circle on the back of the hands, and you can switch. And I'm just having my hands held up. You can do this in your lap. It doesn't matter where you do it, but like I say, any of these, it can be done anywhere. So that's just a simple one. Another one that I really like is you take your fingers and you want to grip them with the other fingers, and you want to hold tightly onto that digit until you feel your pulse. Once you feel your pulse, release, and then move on to the next digit. Squeeze hard enough and slow down enough till you feel the pulse, and move to the next digit. What this does is it calms you down. You're focusing intently to feel that pulse, and once you feel your pulse, your body naturally relaxes. My stomach naturally relaxed when I did that, and it allowed me to take a deeper breath. And you do the same thing, and you just work through each finger, holding long enough to feel the pulse, and then releasing, taking a breath, and moving on to the next one. Real simple, right? There's a ton of pressure points on the fingertips. And another thing that we could do, real simple, is just pinching our fingers. Just give it a real good pinch, and then move on to the next one. You don't have to pinch. You're not doing this till you hurt. We're not providing pain, we're providing stimulation. So just pinch the nail with 2 fingers and move on to the next one. And then you can just keep rotating, pinching the fingernail, and that. Real easy way to feel that sensation, okay? Real simple stuff. Another one, there's a lot of pressure points on the hands. One I'm gonna move to mainly is right here between the thumb and the forefinger. Okay, there's this little divot here. It's got a special name. I can't remember what it is. It's been a while since I've taken an anatomy class. But you can just put some pressure on both sides of your hand and just hold that pressure point. Again, not to the point of pain, but just to the point where we feel the pressure, and just hold for a few minutes or a few seconds. Take a deep breath. And then do the same thing with the other hand. Good. Another one, this is a tapping one, but just tapping on the edge of the palm. The judo part, yeah. We just want to tap on that, just a gentle tap. You can do the same thing on both sides. Real simple. Another one is just putting the tips of your fingers together and just putting them together. And you can press hard, or you can just keep them together. And you're creating like a circuit. You're connecting the circuit of the electromagnetic field in your body, right? And you're just putting pressure on those points. But doing so, like I say, you reconnect back into your body and get out of your head, which is the point of this whole thing, right? Real simple. Other things, you can clasp your hands together, and you can do this really hard. Squeeze, 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 and release. And just feel, notice how it feels. The harder you squeeze and the longer you squeeze, as soon as you get done and you relax, rest your hands, you'll feel the blood flow back into your fingers, which is really relaxing and soothing. Really great stuff. Another one is a real simple one. Put your hands into prayer. There's a reason that this is the symbol for prayer, because it calms the mind. It creates more positive thoughts. It's a way to, enhance manifestation, all sorts of great stuff like that. But just putting your hands like this, you don't have to be praying, but just putting your hands in this position, however you want to do it, is a really easy way to calm your mind with your hands. Okay, and let's see, I wanted to do one last one, and rubbing your hands together. Yeah, actually I'm going to do two. Rubbing your hands together is a simple one, and this, very much like the other one where we're pressing hard, we can do this fast, creating that friction and heat, and then we can relax, and you can again pay attention and notice the blood flow back into the area. Creates that somatic response, that physical feeling, which again takes us out of our mind, puts us back into our body. Hello, here we are on the world. And another one, this is a real simple one, same thing as the friction, but just with two fingers, your thumb and your forefinger, and just creating, and you can go back and forth, you can do a little circle, but just this little sensation alone is enough to bring you back to the present moment, to ground you and your body, and to let your mind know that yes, I am safe, I'm here, I'm okay, I'm feeling things, that means I'm alive, I am safe to a lot of degrees, and I'm gonna be okay. Plus, you're making the okay symbol, which subconsciously is a really good thing. Right? But you can do this with either hand, you can do it with both. Real simple one with this one. Yeah, but that's a handful anyway, pun intended, a handful of different ways that we can just use our hands, with our hands, to help calm the mind and bring us back into our body, back into the present moment, keep us grounded and more level-headed, so that we can calm those big emotional states without having any kind of adverse blow-ups or anything like that. Just basically bring us back to the present moment so we can experience more personal freedom and more peace. That's what it's all about anyway. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you use those. And of course, like everything, the more you use these, the better your brain connects those movements and actions with that parasympathetic nervous system, that calming aspect of our nervous system. So if you do this every time that you start to feel anxious or you start to get heated in a conversation, as soon as you start doing this, your body's going to recall, wait, when I do that, I'm supposed to be in a calm state. So the body's naturally going to, gear down into that lower gear of living, the more relaxed state of living. So like I say, the more you do it, that consistency is key, right? Again, it adds up. But this was a little bit longer video. I'm glad you stuck in there with me. Really simple stuff here, again, to take you out of that brain, which can get us into so much trouble, and back into the present moment, which is what it's all about, because that's where you are, and that's where I love you, that's where I appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Thanks everybody. Peace.